The following production is part of the Play Some Video Games podcast network.
Hello, family. Welcome back to PSVG OT. It is I, your host, Coach Mo, Coach Hulk, the dude, the big guy. And joining me today is, of course, my co-host, my best online friend in the whole world, named Dev.
Oh,
what up, Dev?
What's cracking, man?
You know, life.
It hits hard, doesn't it?
Ooh, it gets you. It gets you. Now, it's been a long time since we've done this. It's been years.
It feels that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not real good at dates, so I know stuff happens, but so it's been like forever. Lots of things have happened. One of the toughest, R.I.P. Jason Lacey. We're gonna miss you. It's been
buddy.
I heard the sad trumpet music play. You ever see the movie with Danny DeVito where he's teaching English in the army? You know what I'm talking about?
I haven't seen it, but is
that Danny DeVito? The short guy? Is he Danny DeVito?
He is the short guy, and I know there is something where he's in the army teaching or something like that.
Yeah, so he's teaching these guys in the army, and there's a moment where it's raining, and they start repeating the bard, the tale that Shakespeare wrote for some great battle. I think it's like called St. Crispin's Day or something like that. You need to look it up on YouTube. If you guys have never seen it, look it up on YouTube. I'm sure you'll find it. And there's this moment in this movie when this dude is giving this eloquent speech and everybody stops. And even though it's raining and they're miserable and they're in the mud, everybody's heart gets bigger because of what this poem, this lyric means. That was how I felt reading Jason Fluxtapose Lacey was stepping away for a little bit. Now, I don't know the reasons why. I'm very behind on all the podcasts. I haven't listened to anything in a very long time. My time has been other places. So I don't know if it's been said, but whatever it is, Flux, you are loved. You very are a weird, awkward duck who plays weird, awkward duck games like Smash Brothers and Switch. But I still love you and you matter. And even though we have zero interaction with each other most of the time, you are a classy dude to me. Not once when I yelled Madden, did you ever say, hey, shut up? You just went on to talk about something else and ignored me. And I appreciated that lack of interest in the things I was saying. I love you, buddy. Thank you for all you do.
Absolutely. And the name of that movie was Renaissance Man.
Yes, that. Yeah. I couldn't tell you. But
Jason,
crazy scene. Like I'm telling you, like, I don't know if it's okay to pause this show right now. Are we allowed to do that? Can we pause it and play it? Producer Kevin, does he have that ability? Is that copyright infringement?
It probably is, and I'm gonna actually be the one producing the shows now. So
just do it. Worst case scenario, we shut down the YouTube again.
Yeah, pretty much. It'll be my YouTube this time. It won't even But then again, this is not a live show. It's just a way for us to record. But if I can make it happen, I'm gonna.
Oh man, I say it'd be beautiful. If that happens, it's gonna happen right now.
Shut up and sit down.
And we're back.
And we're back. Or not.
Or we didn't leave. One of the two. I don't know yet.
No one knows. So I've been so out of it, I completely forgot. Yeah, you're the new producer, Kev. Man, I feel like we updated in producers. I'm not saying the last guy was slacking on his job, but we also didn't make it easy. He didn't listen to the show until after he produced it, so that makes stuff tough. But you're listening to the show while producing, so that's got to mean we're going to get better.
I mean, it can only mean good things, right?
That's what I'm saying.
I can throw in all kind of weird stuff, bumpers and nonsense. Who knows? It may just be off the rails.
Okay. So you get into life, and then I'll get into life. And then we'll get into our topics. Let's go. Here we go. Dev's Life.
Before we get into that, I'd like to thank some of our amazing patrons. PSVG or .patron. I don't even know the website, but Kevin knows it, and he would have put it in. But anyways, I'd like to thank some of our patrons. Coach Hulk, thank you.
That's me.
We have Edwin Callow, myself, Devin Tias, Kevin Austin, Chris M., Kyle Heyman, Bone Saw, Josh Borboni, Barry Cathcart, and Paul Calico. Thank you guys so much for being patrons of what we do here. We appreciate it. We just can't thank you enough for just being patrons and listening to all of our rambling nonsense. So thank you guys.
Amen.
All right. So life, huh? Let's get into my life. Let's talk about the nonsense that's going on here. You know, I've been really busy with work. Work has been just kicking my butt. I've got lots of new projects kind of being thrown my way. We just got a ton of computers in. So for those who don't know, I work IT for the city of Bakersfield, which basically means if there's a computer problem at City Hall, at any of the parks, the fleet, sanitation, public works, stuff like that, I'm the person, one of the people who takes care of a lot of the. If you got software you need installed, I'm your guy. If your computer's not turning on, I'm your guy. Stuff like that. So I've just got a ton of projects thrown my way over the last like 2 weeks. On top of that, we're in the process of deploying out new computers to like the entire city. So we have a 5-year cycle where we refresh out computers. So we're at that 5th year, and now we've got a lot of computers in. Previously, we had computers that just sucked. But me and my like main dude, Steve, we just hated the computers they were just garbage. We have people running a program called AutoCAD that's very video intensive, and these computers didn't have graphic cards. So it was put on us to go ahead and find computers, spec things out, and then get them ordered and delivered and all that. So we've been doing that. We finally got the computers in, and now we have to image them and get them deployed. On top of that, I keep getting all these other projects thrown my way to work on as well. So it's just been really, really busy at work. So by the time I get home, I'm just like dead to life. And then I got to deal with the kids and all of that. And they're crazy. Like the 7-year-old and 3-year-old, their energies are just crazy. So we've just been extremely busy with just home stuff. My wife is actually starting up a little side business that she wants to do, that she's been, really wanting to do something to help creative people connect. So she's got this new venture called Black Creative and Dope. So she wants to put on an event where other creatives can, network. So if you're a writer, if you're a spoken word person, if you create art or whatnot, she wants to create a space where they can all connect and collaborate and stuff like that. So she's been working on that for the last couple of weeks. She has her first event planned. I want to say it's March 19th, I think is the date for that. So she's been extremely busy just on that grind. She's also finally gone back to teaching. So she's on that grind, and I have my grind and the kids grind. So we've just been really, really busy. And I just want to play Anthem. That's really it.
A wise person once said, all that grind will lead to shine unless you fall and end up in the grind. One of my favorite rap lyrics, by the way. If you guys look it up, you'll find out where it's from. Now, when I sit here and I listen to this, all I want to do is hug your neck. And so like, oh my goodness, because like I can imagine the work business, but then you add the tater tots, the babies.
Yeah.
Wow. 3-year-old's crazy.
Oh my God.
I can't imagine
no
a
idea.
3-year-old.
Oh, it's like and it's weird because he's like one of the sweetest little children ever, but he's also like a Tasmanian devil. So you have this little whirlwind of destruction who also takes the time out to always ask you, "Hey, Daddy, are you happy? How are you doing, Dad? I love you, Daddy." And then he just runs off and destroys more things. It's crazy.
How's everything going? I'm gonna go flip this bed.
Pretty much.
Oh man. Well, my life's been crazy. I went through. It was like a tough week of just crazy things at work, and I don't have the energy to get into that.
Yeah.
But I did something for myself. This year has been one of my best years lifting wise. My spine is fused, okay, in a couple of spots, and that happened just from years of abuse, playing overseas, playing arena ball. I have a pin in my hand. If you guys ever shake my right hand, you'll see these 2 giant scars on my thumb. That is because someone jumped and landed on my hand while I was long snapping, and I taped my thumb to my pointer finger and just kept playing. Just said, we'll make it work. Really bad choice on my part. I should have just let it dangle. I should not have allowed that guy to tape my thumb, because like you're still grabbing, so you're continually jamming the broken bone more.
Right.
Really bad life choice.
I mean, you could have been like Ronnie Lott and just pulled it off.
The legend. But for some reason, that itch was just there, and I was afforded an opportunity to try out for one of the new American football teams. And so I got to try out and work out and go through all that and learn some valuable lessons. Didn't make the team, or else you guys would have seen me play last Saturday. But it's been a blessing, like going through and learning and just trying it one more time, just seeing how many snaps I had left in me. And it's not a lot. That first one felt really good. That second one, not good at all. Horrible decision on my part. It's like when you're playing rec league basketball and you play that first game, right? And you win, and you're like, oh man, I was so smooth. My J was on point. I crossed the guy up. Then you play that second game because you won the first, and you're like, ooh, a little slow. Not really playing defense anymore. And then somehow you win. Then when you play that third game, you're not even playing anymore. Like you're walking across the half court line and back. Like you're not really going anywhere. That was me. It was like if I play 5, it was up.
So funny story. I actually played basketball for the first time in
nice.
a couple weeks ago. And by about that third game, I made this cut to the basket. I got the pass thrown my way. However, it required me to jump to catch the ball. And my body told me no, and I just kept running. Like I thought my brain said jump. My body said you can't do that because you're old and haven't played basketball in 6 months or done anything physical in 6 months. So I literally tried to jump, but just kept running.
Yep, that's life. And so like it's just been this whole series of me just really enjoying like the season. But I'm literally at work all day long. I'm donating countless hours. I'm pouring into the campus. I'm doing everything I possibly can to help fix a culture that needs fixing. And so the only hobby that I've participated in I want to say about a month is reading. Cause I could not give up reading. But I'm not, I haven't played a lot of video games at all. I haven't really done anything except for workout, teach, and helping, our sports programs. So it's been just a different season for me. Like I haven't missed it. You know what I mean? Like there are those times like you're working so hard, all you can think, like you just said, you want to jump into this game. I haven't had that feeling. And, I feel like maybe I'm at a point in my life where I see that 2 roads right next to each other and the one less traveled, of course, and all that fun stuff. And I feel like I'm at this point where there might be a new road for me to get on. And maybe things will be changing in my life, but we'll see. Me and Miss Mahoney, we are talking about babies again, which is weird, a little uncomfortable. We went through that whole awkward stuff, but we'll see.
Babies are great. Babies are awesome.
So that's it, man. Now that gets us into our topic. This is actually coming from Dev. This is a Dev topic. This is not a Coach Hulk. This is not for my brain. This is all my dude. And here it is. He had a curveball ready, a thought of what did you want to be when you were young? Like, what was that dream job? And why aren't you doing that if that was the dream? Am I saying it right? Did I nail the? That's exactly it. Now
that's exactly it.
I'm gonna go first because that's just how this works. Like it just feels natural for me to go first, even though it's not my main topic, but I'm okay with it. When I was 5 and I was in kindergarten, I had this issue where I was put on. It wasn't Ritalin proper; it was the other stuff, and so I would just become zombified. And after about 2 years of it, the teachers realized like I couldn't get anything done when you gave this to me, so they talked to my parents and they were like, fine, we won't put him on until he gets home. So my teachers were okay with the fact that I wasn't drugged at school because it meant I could learn. Whereas, at home, we're not going to get into that road. That's a weird place. But so my teachers have my back. And so I don't take the pill and I come to class and I'm, bouncing off the walls. And I have this amazing teacher named Miss Coffee. Miss Coffee comes to me and says, listen, I know you love PE. I heard that you're well behaved in PE. I heard that you do everything you're told in PE because you get to play and move, and that's how you learn. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you this stack of work that you're supposed to do today. And the moment you have it done, you get to go to PE. I've already worked out with the teacher. She's ready for you to come down. And I was like, are you serious? She's like, I'm serious. I knocked that workout and it was perfect. Like I took my time. I was deliberate. I did everything she told me to do in that class period. And then I flew to PE and I played. This went on for the next 4 years. For the next 4 years, every single teacher on that campus knew that if you're going to help the big guy learn, if you're going to take care of him, you just have to dangle that carrot of PE because that's what he wants to be. I've wanted to be a PE teacher since second grade. That's all I've ever wanted to do. 1, you don't have to wear pants. Lake prisons suck, and I hate pants. 2, I'm constantly moving. Okay, I'm getting through 15 to 20,000 steps a day, and that's on a light day. Okay, that's the middle. Sometimes it's 25. Once it was 30. That was a horrible, horrible day. Very tough on me. My whole body hurt. But I just have a good time doing what I do, and I play games, and I help people play more games, help them be excited about playing games. I help make them stronger, and I love that. I love what I do. I've never wanted to do anything else. It's been like literally intrinsic in who I am as a person. It's what I've always dreamed of being. I did have a backup plan. I was going to be in the NFL. I was gonna play professional football and make lots of money, and then become a PE teacher after that when I retired. I skipped that step. I just didn't, NFL. Who needs it? Who needs financial stability for life? Come on now. Who doesn't want to live with mortgages and bills? Yeah,
fun time.
So that's me. But how about you?
Well, I mean, you can't gloss over the fact that you actually did play professional football. May not have been the NFL.
That's true. That's true. I did get paid to play. Got to see
that dream. That's awesome. Like,
got to see a lot of cool countries. Yeah. Got to hit a lot of people who spoke not English. That was weird. It's like when you trash talk somebody in English, like you know what you're saying, they know what you're saying. I heard people trash talking me. They're like, I have no idea what you're telling me, but you're right. I will Guten Tag that dude. I don't know what Guten Tag means. But it's one of those things. Arena ball was the hardest because I can't play offensive line well. I don't have the ability to like wait for someone to come to me. I just want to go hit them. And when you're pass blocking, if you go to the person, more than likely losing that fight and getting the quarterback killed in the process.
So you were definitely a run block.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. even on pass plays.
Let me just pancake this dude right quick and open his hole and call it a day. Like that's all I'm good for. That's what you're getting. All right.
Amen.
So for me, I thought I was going to be an NBA basketball player. I thought I was going to be the next Michael Jordan. That was my dream. As a little kid, just young, all I ever wanted to do was play basketball. I wasn't necessarily bouncing off the walls and like trying to, get out there, but like you wouldn't catch me without a basketball in mind. You wouldn't catch me not dribbling a tennis ball or something like that. Basketball to this day for me is still life. The rest is like, I just love the game of basketball more than anything else on this planet. It's just something that I've always wanted to do, always wanted to be a part of, always wanted to somehow be involved in basketball. Unfortunately, I am only 5'7". That does not, really cut it. There aren't too many basketball players under 6 feet really that have made any real impact in the NBA. You've got a couple. You've got like your Muggsy Bogues who actually last a while.
You're forgetting the best one, the best short basketball player of all time. It's not Muggsy Bogues.
Nate Robinson?
Spud Webb, my dude. Spud was special.
He was dope. He was my height. He was 5'7".
Could you imagine? Okay, I still tell people this. Could you imagine Spud Webb at 6'7", the things he would have accomplished? Like with the bounce he had? It
was insane. That fool had so much bounce. Like I still can't believe the ridiculous bounce that fool had. So yeah. Okay. As you can see, like there aren't very many 5'7" 5'7" basketball players. There's not very many of them. You have very, very few. So the road was stacked against me. I didn't realize I was going to be a short dude much later. There were also other factors in my life that led to me deciding to play football instead of basketball. Those are daddy issues, and we're not going to get into those right now. But let's just say that was a detractor from why I don't play basketball, why I'm not in the NBA or a coach or played college or anything. So, but that was that was my dream. That was definitely my dream. I wanted to play in the NBA. I wanted to play basketball. So I definitely still pick up the ball for every now and again. Once these little kids are not so little and actually can do things on their own, I'm going to be playing more basketball because I love it. That's just my favorite thing to do. I didn't really have a backup plan. So I never had so much of a backup plan. I just decided at one point, like, okay, you're not going to the NBA. You're not playing basketball. What do you like? I like tech stuff. I love tinkering around, breaking things, seeing if I can put them back together. Even the crazy thing is I'm all day working on computers. I will come home and be very, very happy to sit there and tinker with my own computer or take things apart. So although I didn't have a backup plan, I learned very early on that I really enjoy technology and stuff like that. So I thought, maybe I'll go to school and learn computer science and become a video game developer. I very quickly learned that I do not like to program. That is a lot of work. It is not fun. So instead, I just decided to do IT type of stuff. So that's what I do now. I'm very happy with it. It's very fulfilling. I love working on computers. And, occasionally I still get to play some basketball and make some people look real, real bad on the court. And that's always fun.
I like that. I foul too much to make anybody look bad on the court. So it doesn't.
But you can also dunk on people. So
yeah.
I can't do that.
I tried the other day. A couple years ago, I broke a backboard. When I was in a local high school gym, and that was fun. That was a good day for me. But I tried the other day to go up with two hands, and my body was like, nope, no, sir.
That's because it's too used to pushing people around. You don't have that quick twitch muscle right now to actually get off the ground.
It was one of those things forward. Like as I went to do it, I was like, no, that does not feel right. Like everything feels very wrong right now as I tried it. But I'm learning, And
it's so funny how differently your body reacts. Because like after football season in high school, I would always go play basketball in the summer. And I would go from being able to get the rim like before football season. And then after football season, the way my muscles are acclimated to exploding forward, not up, like I could get the backboard. That would be about it. It would take a good month of me playing basketball and getting those quick twitch muscles to actually fire to where I could actually explode up. But it's so funny how depending on what you're doing, your muscles acclimate towards the type of activity really, really easily.
Yep, they get used to stuff fast. Now, our Patreon producer of the week it's not going to be some random made up thing, guys. This is actually for real. Like we really, we put a lot of time into this. Cause President's Day is coming up on Monday. And, we reached out to, the best president, the only president that I acknowledge right now. Mr. Barack Obama has decided to grace us as our Patreon producer of the month. So thank you so much, Barack. We really appreciate it. Please come back. Whatever we need to do to get, if you change 2 letters in your name, if you go by your middle name, just something to make you eligible to get rid of the dumpster fire that is currently in office, I'd really appreciate it. I don't talk politics very often. On this show, we do a little bit. Please make him stop. Please make him stop. Okay, so now.
Yeah, when your president calls a state of emergency, but then, says, I didn't need to do this. Is it really a state of emergency? I'm going to leave it with that. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, once we're already here.
This was
we all know I love Michelle Obama. I'm a huge Michelle Obama fan. Her book was phenomenal, by the way. I love her. I've had a large crush on her for a long time. Totally normal. It's okay. But I learned to love Barack because Michelle loves him and I can deal with that. But the reason I have an issue with our current president isn't so much that he really wants this wall. Okay. I live in a house, so I live with walls, and I'm very happy that I have them. My problem is the approach that continually gets taken is always the wrong one. Okay. I remember who always, you catch more bees with sugar instead of fire or whatever it is. What is it?
Yeah. You catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar.
Yeah. So, here, just try being a person.
Right.
You want the wall. You want the security of the wall. Explain it to people. Say, hey, if I go to your house today and I just go, into your house and I'm sitting there in the living room and I'm chilling, I'm trespassing. That's, are you okay with that? Most human beings like, you know what? No, I really don't want you to trespass into my house. And then he just goes, hey, that's what I want for this country. I would like to make it so that people have to get checked or that we have to, do a better job with the border control. I just want to give us a little more security down there. Can we get that figured out? Most reasonable people will go, you know what? Okay. Now, as someone who taught in a low-income area in Texas, a large majority of my students were not U.S. citizens. Guess what? They were all wonderful kids. I did not have a bad kid. They were all great. Guess what their parents were? Awesome. I had wonderful parents. Okay. So I am not for or against on any side of this. I'm just saying, if you really want to get your wall built, try talking to us like a person.
Right.
Stop with we're going to get this wall built or I'm going to cancel the government and we're going to shoot space aliens. Come on, man.
Right.
Just have a conversation.
Have a conversation and stop making up lies of numbers. Like, can we just be honest?
Oh,
be honest.
Just all right. So that was weird. Now, our solo question for this evening is best and worst job ever that you have currently had. Now, we've talked about worst jobs every once in a while, but we've really not got, best and worst. So we'll go with the best first. The best job I ever had, whole lifetime, was when I worked at the movie theater. Now, I was in college. I was only working because they gave you free access to all the movies. So I could go to a movie for free. I took my wife to go see a movie she really wanted to see by ourselves. Me, her, theater. That's it. Second reason I loved working at the movie theater. Free popcorn. I love the popcorn.
We know
and
how
a
you
bag of
feel
that
about the
stuff.
popcorn.
You bring a bag of that stuff home. You're sitting on the couch munching it. That whole garbage bag disappears, and you go, "I just ate a garbage bag full of popcorn. Probably not a great life decision." And then you do it 2 more days later. It's phenomenal. I just loved it. Really, really fun. I know coaching. I love coaching. I've never had a bad coaching job. I'm just saying, like, we're talking, that middle tweener job. That was the most fun ever because there was no responsibility. I showed up, I cleaned the theaters, I watched the movies, I ate the popcorn, called it a night, and they paid me for it. Let's go. So
Yeah. So my best job, honestly, was actually being the gaming supervisor at Best Buy. I freaking loved it. I got to, do video games all day, talk to people about video games all day, stock video games, make my count, my shelves and everything look awesome, and just be immersed in video games. I got to talk a lot of trash to a lot of my employees and make them do dumb stuff because I was the boss. That's always fun. But just being in my element, being able to talk about games, put up trailers, do all kind of crazy stuff. Because it was also like a brand new department. Like gaming was never its own thing in Best Buy until they decided that they wanted to take on GameStop. And then a year later decided they didn't want to take on GameStop and cancel all of gaming stuff. But for that year, it was glorious. I got to set up trailers and I got to do all this pre-order stuff and I got to completely rearrange my department to the way I wanted it to look. It was a lot of fun. I had a really, really good time being the gaming soup until they decided that they wanted to kill it. Best Buy is retarded. That's all I got.
If they would have made pre-ordering easier, they would have won.
Well, see, if you would have come into my store, it would have been very easy.
No,
I made it super simple.
Not the process of pre-ordering, the process of keeping tabs on your pre-order.
Oh, again.
You know what I mean?
So let's put it this way. I was, I think, number 7 in the entire company of Best Buy when it came to gaming. So I kept tabs. When you came to pick up your pre-order, it had your name on it. Like I made sure that all of my pre-orders were tagged and bagged and ready for you to pick up and easily accessible. So,
man, so I just never been to a good Best Buy then, because I cannot tell you how many times I would pre-order a game and it would not be there or ready.
Oh yeah. Okay. See, I didn't let my customer service department deal with it at all. I kept everything in gaming. So if you were there to pick up a pre-order, you didn't go to customer service. You came back to the gaming department where I had it in my counter behind me under lock and key ready for you. And all of my employees had that process. Like they knew it was up. I was like, customer service, y'all ain't dealing with my stuff because y'all ain't got your lives together. Like I'm going to keep this in house. It's going to just be like my hands touching it because less hands in the cookie jar. You get less stuff lost and missing and messed up. So it was one of those things where like, I got this. I don't need y'all to help. I told the managers, I'm like, look, I got this. Y'all just let me do me and you will get results. And we did. And then they killed it.
All right. The worst job I ever had. Now, I didn't know this was a bad job. Yeah, I'm going to just point that out there. I worked doing yard work for 4 summers in a row. However, I had a boss who, he would send me, and my only job was to go to the address, follow the spray paint line, and dig a trench. All he gave me was a pickaxe with the hoe end on the back. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, so what?
Okay, that's what I was given. Now, the reason was because the first time we worked together, and he said, could you work on that trench? I did not notice the big power tool thing in the back of his truck. I said, oh, okay, here's a pickaxe. So I would pick that up. And again, I've always been very good at manual labor, like swinging a pickaxe at the ground for an hour, not something I'm going to steer clear from. Like that gets me jacked. So I would just bam, 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 dig this hole. And I would be pretty fast with this pickaxe. Like I would just dominate. Like, cause again, something I enjoy, man. Lifting, swing. No thought process involved. Just go. For 4 summers, he would just send me with this pickaxe to do these jobs. Okay. Because he was like, the big ape's not smart enough to use the tool that we would add, but he saved money because he didn't have to rent the tool.
Right.
And I wasn't being paid for the job. I was being paid for the hour. And so I'd be out there working my tail off, sweating, drenched, doing my thing. And he used me for 4 summers to just dig trenches.
With a pickaxe.
Wow. And he would have the other guys who were getting paid for the job just lay the pipe, fill it in, and be good to go. And because I was a high schooler and they were all in their 20s. But yeah, I got used. And I didn't realize it until the last time I went out and I did this job, and it was for one of my teachers. And my teacher was like, man, you did such a great job digging this trench. You know, you're making a big penny off this. And I go, oh yeah, it took me about 4 hours, so I'll make, like $45. And he's like, I'm paying them almost $800 to dig the trench because I'm putting the pipe in myself. So this dude's making $750 off my work.
Wow.
And he did this for 4 summers, and I had no idea.
Did you not punch him in the mouth later? Like,
I threatened to pick his truck up and throw it at him, but I think he knew I couldn't do that anymore.
Wow, that's crazy.
Worst job.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay, man. How about you?
So my worst job, probably also is it's Best Buy. So later on down the line, I was the Geek Squad super good one, and then I went to gaming, and then I came back to Geek Squad once they destroyed gaming and got rid of it. I went back to Geek Squad. However, they decided to make changes to where the Geek Squad soup is also in charge of customer service because Best Buy is different. So instead of having your actual tech people checking computers and stuff, they wanted the customer service people to be trained on how to look at computers and determine what was wrong with them and check them in, which was just a bad idea. Like half the people working customer service are people who were just there for a quick part-time job, don't give a crap about computers, already don't like the fact that they're at customer service because you got to deal with so many angry customers who don't understand that you don't have a receipt. I cannot find this. I can't return it. Or you are at 75 days and the return policy was 30. Like, come on. And yet there was still complaint, dude. So you got these people who are already disgruntled enough. Like they're doing the job and they're cool because it pays and whatever. It's cool. I get a good discount. I can buy some things, whatever. I'm going to college and need a part-time job. But now I got to check in computers too. I got to deal with customers who are having computer problems, and I get to be the first line of defense to be like, okay, I think this is what's like. It was just a bad idea. So trying to train customer service on how to say, yes, this is a virus issue, or yes, this is that. And not only does that process take a while, you typically are understaffed when it comes to customer service and Geek Squad. So now I have to have not only these customer service people checking in computers, but also doing the returns. And there's not enough of them to do this because computer checking a lot of times is not a quick process. You have to figure out what the person is saying is happening and then also determine what actually is happening in computer. And then, it's going to be $200. That was not fun. I did not enjoy the customer service side. I did not enjoy managing all of that. And on top of that, they also gave us the auto techs. So now I was also in charge of car stereo, the car stereo techs. I don't install car stereos. I don't know nothing about that, but yet now I'm in charge of these people. It was just really, really, really frustrating.
I almost got a job doing that once.
Installing car stereos, or
yep,
yeah.
I was at Best Buy, and back when I spent a lot of time working on car stereos for myself and for friends, and so it was actually the closest place. I never actually liked to go there to buy my cable, only because it was always overpriced.
Oh yeah,
but I really needed some monster cable to finish a project I was doing for a buddy. It was the closest place. I was like, I only need like a foot to finish this, so I can go buy their smallest one and be good to go. And so I popped in and I heard this dude talking about, he's like, I just bought this amp. However, it was only 200 watt. And he was looking at this giant sub. And I was like, that's not going to work. He's like, what are you talking about? It's not going to work. And I'm like, well, your amp is not going to be able to power that. It's going to make sound, but it's not going to be at its potential. Right. What you want to do. And because he was in, I believe it was a Camaro. I don't really remember. But I was like, what you want to do is go down to an 8, get a bass tube, and make sure it's ported next to the speaker. I'm like, it'll flow through. It'll give you great sound. and a 200 watt amp's totally going to power that little 8 easily and give you a little boom in the back. Mm-hmm. So the manager hears me doing this. Okay. And he goes, "Hey, you want a job working here?" And I was like, how much you guys pay? So he told me. I was like, that can be a fun summer job. I would think about it. Then I go, can I kind of see what you guys are working with tools wise? The tools were great. The wire they were putting into the vehicles was not. I was like, time out. Y'all are using this crap? Oh man, I was so embarrassed. I was like, if anybody who goes here, you were being ripped off. Like, they are using like the bare minimum, and you're not even going to get a full current, which means you're not going to get a complete sound. And I was like, this is trash. I know. And then literally like that moment, I was like, I'll think about it, and maybe I'll come apply later. I never went back to that Best Buy ever again. I just drove right on by. I was like, you guys are crazy.
Yeah.
So, just cheap work. I'm not about it.
The markup on cables. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. I saw the other day there was an HDMI cable somebody was trying to sell for $75.
Yeah.
I'm like, are y'all kidding me right now?
So, oh my God.
Unless it picks my TV up and moves it closer to me, $75.
Yeah. So, I mean, we have a lot of ex-Best Buy people. So Kevin, Nate, Josh, all of us all worked at Best Buy. So we can all attest to the ridiculous markup. Like, I remember when I first started today, back when we still had Windows 95, right before XP. And there were these gold-plated USB cables that they would always want you to, sell when you sold the printer with the computer. This USB cable was $36 because it was gold-plated. It was have a better connection. It's a printer. It's a printer. The markup was so ridiculous. We got the cables for about $4 employee price, and that's whatever the employee discount on Best Buy was. Whatever Best Buy paid, you paid 5% on top of that. So we would get this cable for $4, but then we would actually sell it for like 36. So if you're ever wondering why the Best Buy employees are pushing so hard on cables and accessories and stuff, is because that's the only place they make. They don't make money on selling the box. They don't make money on selling the TV or anything like that. They make money on the accessories and the service plan. So that's why the employees push that stuff so hard, because it's the only way they make money. Yeah. Don't spend more than like $7 on it. It's just, They have some that are like $200 and $300. They have this one brand. It's called, I think it's called Audio Quest. They have like, and the names of the cables are all like chocolate or cinnamon or something like that. And they're like $200 and $300 HDMI cables.
I just, my head hurts. With that, we're coming to a conclusion of another amazing fun time at PSVG OT. Donnie, please don't fire us.
No,
we really do love you. I'm a big fan. I got the Donnie t-shirt. I was gonna buy the jacket that you got, Donnie, but that mug is expensive. Did you look that thing up?
I didn't, because it zips up. I'm
not a fan of the zip up either. But I was like, if I could get the design and get it on one of my hoodies, I would think about it.
I need to know too.
Oh my goodness.
How much are they? How much were they? I didn't look.
It was spendy. Like, it made me nervous.
Oh God.
Yeah. Like, I coughed a little bit. Like, I love you.
No, that's funny, because my wife she got some sweatshirts branded for Black Creative and Dope. Mm-hmm. And she was telling me, like, we have to buy these because if we don't, oh my God, they are super shoes. I was like, but you just got crew neck. I was like, babe, you know how I feel about the hoodie. She was like, you got to buy one on your own then, because we ain't doing that. I was like, man, come on, you know I need my hoodie.
You know what you should do? Because like you could make a little acronym with it, but you could mess with it and be like something like a real ABCD, Black Creative and Dope.
Yeah, we just call it BCD. BCD.
I had a student named Absidy once. ABCDE.
Wasn't there a story about that recently?
Dude, I didn't think it was a real thing until I actually looked. I spelled her name. I was like, "Oh, homie, you're gonna be made fun of forever." ABC. Abacetti.
Yeah, I swear there was something in the news about that not too long ago, where some parent actually named their child that, and it was like a big thing because somebody made fun of him and stuff like that. But I feel we are way too sensitive nowadays. I think back to when we were kids, and the amount of trash talk and stuff that you dealt with on the playground. Like, you just grew thick skin. You learned how to talk smack back, and you learned how to just roll with the punches. Now it's like, I feel like if a kid says anything like that, it's just like it's the end of the world. It's just crazy how things have changed. Like the kids committing suicide blows my mind, and it makes me so sad.
I make fun of my students a lot, and they always ask me why. And I go, because I love you. And they're like, so you make fun of us? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, guys, people are going to make fun of you. How you handle it is going to be the answer. Mm-hmm. When I make fun of you, you know it's coming from somebody who loves you, and I know they make fun of you about something so ridiculous that we both know it's not true.
Right.
And I wish it's my way of always joking with my kids, and I feel like the more you joke with them, the better off it helps them. But at the same time, like I feel like it's because the internet makes it so easy to say something without context, right? Yeah, like absolutely. There are times when like people will read something I'll post and be like, "Oh man, Coach Mo hates everybody." I don't hate anybody. I just like when I write the way I talk, and sometimes you can't hear the tone or that pause that tells you I'm being sarcastic. So it is what it is. Yeah. So now that we've talked to Donnie about not firing us and expensive hoodies, what are you going to be working on in the future? You got anything coming up?
No.
Me too. I'm just going to worry about dominating life and hopefully winning.
Yeah. So let's get into some housekeeping. So we are probably, just because of life, the fact that we haven't had a show in 2 weeks, we're thinking about taking this show monthly. Just because life is hitting us hard. Mo has a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes, and he's just swamped with life. And so do I. We definitely enjoy this time where we get together and talk and catch up and joke and laugh and all that good stuff. But we're realizing that just where we're at and this ridiculous 3-hour time difference, definitely makes it more difficult for us to do this on a monthly basis. So we're definitely probably going to take the show monthly. That way we can have one really big show where we catch up and talk, and it just gets to be a better show because one, we're not like rushing to try to get something together, and two, we have a lot to talk about. It'll be great. So that's what I'll be working on, making sure that we get this show out monthly. I still am trying to get my life together to actually play more games and start blogging about them a little bit more on the site. But other than that, just trying to push through with life, but nothing else.
That's me. I'm not working on anything except for life. I'm just trying to tackle it and get better. I will say I haven't been very active in the Discord at all. If someone tags me, quick peek in and see what's going on. Donnie tagged me and was like, "Can we set something up for Anthem?" And I wanted to tell him I might not pick it up. I have the 10-hour demo. I played about 30 minutes today because I had a little time because we were talking about playing after we podcasted, and I was like, I don't know if I've got time to dedicate to it, and if I just chill on it, there's a really good chance that by about next September it'll come to EA Access for free, and then I'll just dive in and I'll just play. And I might be fine with that. It's one of those things. Gaming and me are not really clicking right now. And I'm just going to do the things that I feel in my heart led to do. And so, some people, Dan Anthony, been making fun of me, saying I'm, not a gamer, not around anymore. He posted some comment today in a chat with some friends and was like, I'm only talking to people who play games. And I was like, I play games, just not often. And so it's just one of those things, I'm at this point where, again, there's a couple of different roads. I'm gonna have to pick which one to walk on. So we'll figure it out. But at the end of the day, we love you guys. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for the support. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for talking to us, for letting us be a part of your lives and your days. Thank you. Every time we get a little message in the PSVG OT Discord part, I'm always like, man, I'm so proud to have you all around. But there are people who are doing some incredible stuff. Go ahead and check out our dude Josh and Kyle. God, man, here's the thing. They have dedicated to their craft, and they're getting better, and they're producing more content. They're dominant. They're slowly becoming that A team, that force to be reckoned with. I always thought Kevin would never be dethroned. I always thought PSVG proper was going to always be the daddy, right? Nintendo Shack's cute. They're real cute. It's cute. They talk about, there's a new Zelda with cell shading, blah. It is what it is. Nintendo. It's fine. Nintendo nostalgia. Carol might stab me. She lives close enough. She could probably pull it off.
She's kind of feisty too, so she might do that.
Pray for me. The PSVG proper has always been the daddy. I feel like Bored with Video Games is creeping up on that. Son's getting a little taller.
I don't know,
He's
man.
starting to look you eye to eye.
Kevin's got Lucas now as the co-host, like the permanent co-host. And those two goofballs, oh man.
Lucas, he is so special. Like I love that dude. Yeah. I don't know why he hasn't been in this sooner. Like dead serious. Like he is.
So I always thought he was a part of the team and didn't know why he wasn't like in our PSVG private Discord. I did not realize that he was not part of the team until like now. It's weird, but yeah, he's always been like there. So why? It's just weird.
I feel like he's always been the Barney Stinson to our How I Met Your Mother team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like he's there. He's a part of it, and he's awesome, and he cracks you up, and he keeps you whole. And sometimes when you follow him down the rabbit hole, just life gets so good. Like he is hilarious. So I mean, we'll see if PSVG proper stays the daddy. But Bored with Video Games, we're just so proud of you guys. We're just gonna shout you out. You should probably have Dev on the show like soon.
Yeah, we can talk some Dungeons and Dragons because that's my board game choice.
You probably shouldn't have me in the show because I have not played a board game in 10 years. So that's not true. I played the other day. All right. So with that, we love you. We're thankful for you. You have a great night. That's game over.
This has been a PSVG production. Any music, sound effects, or the like is owned by their respective copyright holders. No infringement is intended. The views expressed in this production are those of the individual contributor and may not necessarily reflect PSVG. This production may not be repurposed, reused, or redistributed without the express written consent of PSVG. PSVG is powered by patrons at patreon.com/PSVG. Become a patron to get special perks, including access to exclusive content.